You step off the wooden stairs onto the quay, and the morning hits like a damp slap. The river smells of fish, tar, and something decaying just enough to remind you that life is fleeting. Somewhere, a waterman curses as a barrel refuses to roll, and the slap of the Thames against pilings punctuates the chaos. London is awake, though the city's awakening is clumsy, smoky, and wet. A porter jostles past you with a crate. He mutters something that may or may not be an apology. Civility is optional here. The river is a highway, and beyond London Bridge, no crossings exist for miles. Moving goods, people, or even yourself requires negotiation, muscle, and patience. Barges slide low in the current. Watermen pull hard, shouting insults or jokes over the din. The docks are a dance of chaos and rhythm, each step a calculated risk. Through narrow streets, timber-framed houses lean precariously. Their signs, a golden boot, a painted teapot, a carved lamb, guiding the illiterate. Cobblestones are uneven, smoothed by centuries of hooves in some places, jagged and treacherous in others. A woman sells apples for 2 pence. You hand over a coin, feeling the warmth from your pocket, and she bites one, nodding in approval. Trust is a transaction. Coffee houses appear as you wander, fragrant with roasting beans and heated arguments. Men read aloud, dispute politics, and trade news sheets by hand. The city is alive, chaotic, and growing denser by the day. London is learning its own size, inch by inch. A few decades pass, and workshops begin to hum with possibility. You step into one, leather oil, sawdust, and sweat clinging to your clothes. Iron springs snap under testing, and apprentices sketch cylinders and pistons in corners. They speak in hushed tones about steam engines, though no one entirely believes they will move the world someday. Yet, there is curiosity, and curiosity here is dangerous. Outside, coaches rattle over cobbles, faster than before. Roads are improving, turnpikes smoother, and the mail system more regular. Steam pumps water, powers a few mills, and whispers of future locomotion linger like smoke. You watch, knowing that each flex of iron, each coil of steam, each spark in the workshop is a heartbeat of transformation. Evening brings the glow of oil lamps, and shadows retreat slightly. The streets feel safer, though danger remains part of the city's personality. Steam is small but persistent, ready to expand its reach. You feel it in the air, the faint hiss, the metallic tang, the promise of acceleration. London is at the brink, not quite modern yet, but imagining itself into the future. The streets grow tighter, taller, louder. Narrow alleys give way to shops, taverns, and new bridges like Westminster, rising slowly from the water. Stone arches climb skyward, cranes swing massive blocks, and overseers bark orders that echo across the river. London is stitching itself together, piece by piece. The city smells of coal, sweat, and ambition. Carriages clatter over cobbles, pedestrians dodge hooves, and children run barefoot through mud. Street lamps cast irregular pools of light, allowing pedestrians to navigate without tumbling into filth. Safety is a negotiation, and order is only partial. Information begins to flow differently. Coffee houses hum with news, debates, and letters exchanged by hand. The first newspapers arrive, clumsy, expensive, and sensational in their own quiet way. You watch men argue over votes, trade shipments, and gossip about the king, all while London expands around them. Growth is noisy, inconvenient, and relentless, and everyone, willing or not, is caught in its momentum. As the 18th century slides into the 19th, the city's shadowed corners swell with humanity. Narrow lanes become labyrinths of brick and mud, where children play among rats, and the smell of sewage mixes with coal smoke. Workhouses rise, stone prisons masquerading as charity. Hunger, disease, and exhaustion are the constant companions here, yet life persists. Inside, people move like cogs in a grinding machine. You see women bending over laundry tubs, men shoveling coal, children running errands no one would willingly do. The workhouses hum with forced order, rations measured, tasks assigned, misbehavior punished. Every face is familiar with discomfort. Every hand knows labor. Survival is an art form taught in sweat and submission. And yet, amidst this misery, there is humor, defiance, and the occasional small rebellion. A child steals a crust, a man sneaks a sip of water, and the absurdity of rules becomes almost comedic if you can laugh quietly to yourself. Life is relentless, grim, and at times bitterly funny. By the early 1800s, ambition blooms in iron and brick. Workshops expand into factories. Canals, docks, and warehouses hum with coordination. The West India docks stretch before you like a small fortified city. Cranes lift sugar, rum, and spices. Workers walk inside enormous wheels, powering the mechanisms with muscle alone. Chaos becomes choreography. Gas lamps pierce night, white and steady, pushing back shadows like timid animals. Streets glow, theaters stay open longer, and shops display goods in bright clarity. Apprentices sketch innovations, inspired by the idea that machines might one day replace human labor. Steam engines pump, wheels turn, and London hums with the energy of imagination made tangible. Every structure, every lamp, every workshop is an experiment. Some succeed, some fail. The city grows taller, denser, and more mechanical, yet retains its human pulse. You can feel the calculations in the air, the plans, the surveys, the ambitions that slowly transform cobbled chaos into engineered order. Time accelerates. Railways link London to industrial Midlands. Mail coaches and telegraphs tighten the country's networks. Gaslight illuminates streets that were once shadows. The river, once chaotic, is now corralled by docks, locks, and walls. London is modern, yet still dirty, smoky, human. You walk through streets both familiar and foreign, cobbles giving way to planned avenues. Shops, offices, and factories form a new rhythm, mechanical and relentless. Steam engines roar where men once labored. Light extends the day, speed accelerates travel, and information moves faster than ever. And yet, despite all the infrastructure, the innovation, and the glow of progress, the city hums with the same human chaos it always has. Children still play in gutters. Laborers still ache in workshops. Ambition and survival continue their uneasy dance. The Industrial Revolution leaves its mark. Systems, networks, and machines. But humans, grimy, sarcastic, enduring, remain at its heart. You step back, mud on your boots, soot in your hair, and realize that the foundations of modernity were built slowly, painfully, and often absurdly. London has transformed, but the pulse of its streets, its river, and its people beats on, indifferent to the centuries that have passed. The Industrial Revolution is over, but its shadow and its lessons linger, whispering through every brick, every lamp, and every gust of smoke that curls through the night.